Hey everyone, today is International Women's Day and I thought this is actually quite a good excuse to do one of my motivational self-help videos. These are my favourite ones to do, and because I know a lot of you are mainly into your shopping, I have got lots of new things that I'm going to show you, including my outfit, which I'm going to show you as we go through. How to be confident when you don't feel it. Confidence is a really important skill to have. It opens doors for you. It helps you stand up for justice for yourself and for other people. It enables you to get what you want in life. Very often I find that days when I'm lacking confidence, they are the days where I might get home from work and I end up kicking myself for things that I allowed to happen that if I was feeling more confident, I wouldn't have done. And that ends up being a downward spiral because confidence is directly linked, in my opinion, to self-esteem and self-worth. It's getting better, but I feel that in society to be a confident woman is not always seen as a positive. I feel like it's misconstrued and mixed up with sexuality, and it can sometimes be perceived as unladylike cockiness, when actually being a confident woman isn't that. And if being a confident man can equal things like success, popularity, drive, then it's equally the same thing for women. So I'm going to share with you these 6 tips. They're really easy, and there's some in here that work an absolute treat for me, particularly on days when I'm feeling a bit rubbish. I'm also beyond delighted to say that this video is in collaboration with Debenhams. Debenhams are a UK department store, and I have quite a lot of sentimental memories for it actually. The reason being, I hope you don't mind this short story before I get into the good stuff, but when I was growing up, myself, my parents, my sisters, pretty much always my grandparents as well, on the weekends we would always end up in one of 2 local towns, and there was a big Debenhams in each town, and we'd always just collectively end up as a family there. First of all because there was a really good cafe, and as kids we wanted to eat there. It's kids food. I don't know what it is now, I'm sure it's not, but it was like fish fingers, beans and chips, or you could have chicken nuggets if you were feeling a bit wild that day. But it was a store that we used to go to because it had something for everyone. I think it's become recognised more recently now as being a place where you can buy a lot of the US branded cosmetics. Things like Kat Von D and Too Faced. It is the place you can go to get that. I've got 6 points and I've split them into 3 mind and 3 body, because confidence is just as much about how you feel on the inside as how you look on the outside. The first tip is visualization. When I was a kid growing up, I was painfully shy, I was really awkward, I was embarrassed about everything. Because of those traits, I always found myself at the bottom of the pecking order when it came to getting bullied at school, having to stand up in class, read things out. When I was around about 12 years old, weirdly, even though I was shy and really quiet, the one thing I was really good at and the one thing that I loved was drama, dance and art. And I noticed that when I did drama, when I was on stage, when I was acting, the one place where I should, in theory, feel at my least confidence, I felt confident, I beamed it, I felt great. And when I really questioned why that was, it dawned on me that it was because when I was on stage, I wasn't myself. I was playing a character, and so I could hide behind whatever character that was. This is one of the quickest and easiest skills that I can convey to you, that next time you're in a situation, or if you're generally working on your confidence, this is the one thing you can tap into, and it can work so quickly. I always thought this was a really weird thing to do, and I never told anyone until last year. I told one of my best friends, and I was expecting him to be like, "You are so odd," but I told him and it turns out he does it as well. He's in acting, so I don't know if that's why he does it. The second point is meditation and self-esteem. Get yourself a journal. I have like notebooks for everything. Write down things that you should be proud of. We go through life, and particularly as women, it's always, if someone gives you a compliment in the day, let's say it's like, "Oh, your hair looks nice." How many times do we feel awkward and we immediately go, "Oh no it doesn't, oh it looks terrible today, and I feel really tired, I look really awful," and we say that because we don't know how to respond to positive criticism. We need to focus on the good things and not on the bad things, and doing that does not mean that you're vain, it doesn't mean that you're shallow. It is really important to know what you're good at and to embrace those things. Another thing you can do is this. I do it loads and I've been doing it for years, but there are some really great motivational mantra type videos that you can listen to on YouTube for free. There are all sorts of different ones about attracting success and financial abundance, all the way through to building your confidence. And I have them on in the day. Even though I might not be listening to them, I'm doing my work, it's a subconscious thing that you're taking them in. They are also brilliant if you suffer with anxiety and depression that can also bring you down and make you feel rubbish. And point number 3, before we move on to cosmetic on the outside, is help other people. Start small. Help people by opening the door. If you see an old person that's struggling to go up a flight of stairs, help them. If you're seeing a mother with a buggy and she's trying to get through a door, help her through it. When you start to see on that other person's face the look of gratitude for you helping them, it starts to build up your confidence, and you get to a point where it encourages you to step forward in future situations where you feel you can add benefit. Also, it makes you feel good and it makes the other person feel good. It makes you feel positive. I'm moving on now to 3 things that you can do externally to make yourself feel more confident when actually you are not feeling it at all. I've also got the shopping stuff in here, so I'm going to talk through that as we go. Body confidence. When you feel a mess on the outside, generally it can pull you down mentally on the inside. My mum always used to say this thing to me, and she still does. If your hair looks a mess, you feel a mess. And there is a certain truth to that, in that when you take the time to exercise, eat well, put your makeup on, do your hair, dress nicely, it has a really big impact on your head and how you perceive yourself, and therefore how you feel. A few things you can do that don't cost the earth but make a really big change to your mindset. First of all, buy yourself some new lingerie. This might sound weird, but tell me if any of you have done this and you know what I mean. I've got a couple of things here that are new and I'm going to show you. First item is this. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it actually, because I have quite a large bust, and normally if you get a bra for a large bust, literally it's like up here, it's like massive. And I saw this and I'd wanted something like this for ages. This is a bralette, so it's got this bit here that is slightly longer. It's so pretty, but it doesn't look like a massive bra, if that makes sense. I got that with the matching underwear. The point I'm trying to say is when you treat yourself in little ways, it has a massive impact on how you feel, and it taps back into that self-esteem thing. Do things every so often that don't have to break the bank, but they make you feel good. Lingerie is a really good thing, and even though in the day no one's seeing it, it can have quite a big change on your mindset. Particularly when it all looks pretty, it all matches, the washing machine hasn't ruined any of it just yet. When was the last time that you thought about your nightwear? And it feels sort of like somewhat luxurious at the end of the day. You've taken a shower, you've had a bath, and you've got nice new nightwear to put on. It's from Rager by Janet Rager. Some of you may be familiar with her main line, which is quite expensive. This is her, what is it called? You know when they have like a secondary line down, which is the same type of designs, but it's in a more cheaper format. This is from her second line down, and the lace on this is absolutely beautiful and so soft, because this is another thing. Sometimes when you get more inexpensive lace, it's really scratchy and it's not comfortable at all, but this is the absolute softest thing. Things like shapewear as well, really good if you're not feeling great. I've got some great shapewear items that I wear. My favourite things are a pair of leggings that I've got from Made Form, I think they are. I'm going to link to them below. They're really thick, really good quality leggings, but they're actually designed to lift your bottom and pull you in. So they're like the best quality leggings you can get. I love wearing them with like boots, with like a nice coat over the top. I definitely feel better about myself when I have been eating right and I've been doing a bit of exercise. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can go for a walk. One thing that I do when I'm really busy and I can't make it to the gym is I do YouTube fitness videos in my bedroom or in my sitting room. I don't have to go anywhere for them, but I feel so good after I've done them. The final point is personal styling and makeup. Makeup's a really good one because it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but it changes the outward appearance of how your face might look that day. Even if you are buying a new lipstick, a colour that you've never worn before, a brand you've never used before. This is an amazing palette, and I'm going to do a giveaway at the end of this where I'm going to gift this to someone. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. The colours on the inside are incredible. If you're someone that prefers neutrals, there is that option here. Can you see these here? These are matte, by the way. And then over in this direction, you've got more of the fun colours. A couple of other options. Foundation. How many of us wear a foundation and we're not 100% sure whether the colour's right? A couple of years back, I went through this phase where I didn't have that confidence when it came to my makeup. I'd put my makeup on first thing in the morning, and then when I'd leave the house in the bright light of day, I used to feel really conscious about, God, does this foundation match? Do I have like the dreaded line on the neck where it doesn't quite blend in right? One of the things that you can do at Debenhams, actually, I mean, you can do it in multiple places, but Debenhams offer it, is you can get colour matched, and it's like a free thing. One of the biggest things that I recommend when you get colour matched, put the colour on your face, not on your hand, because your face is a different colour. Then go outside with a mirror and look at how it looks outside. Also give it a moment to dry, because some foundations oxidize, so the colour that they go on as, it changes later in the day, and you don't want to spend a load of money on a foundation that doesn't, like, it dries totally different colour to what you thought you bought. I've been trying two recently. One is the Dior Forever Undercover. This is better if you prefer something that isn't full coverage. The Dior one is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This one is good if you want something that controls oil, but it doesn't feel as heavy. I'm actually wearing it at the moment. I've got a million lipsticks that are all the same colour, but they all feel slightly different to me. This is the lipstick that I'm wearing at the moment. This is from Kat Von D, a brand I've never tried before. This is called Lovecraft. I'm actually wearing this with a lip liner underneath from MAC called Spice. Based on the colour that you put underneath it, it can change the tone, so you can have one lipstick and make it look a whole bunch of different ways based on your lip liner. Then the other things that I want to show you, that again, they're like nice little treats, things that fit perfect in your bag. These are called Little MAC. You can get a whole bunch of the top selling MAC products in condensed down sizes. One of the things that I really wanted to try was the MAC lipsticks. They've scaled them down into like a tiny version that's like this big, and they do all of the top colours like Whirl, Myrrh, Velvet Teddy. This mini MAC line is exclusive to Debenhams, so if you want to get any of the scaled down options or take a look at those lipsticks, they're so cute, then I'm going to link to those below. Personal styling is another thing, and sometimes if you are stuck in a rut, maybe you're lacking confidence because you've come out of a relationship, you feel a bit rubbish, changing your personal style whilst changing your makeup, maybe your hair at the same time, can have a massive impact on how you feel. This outfit that I'm wearing here is one that I put together because I wanted to have an outfit that I could wear to work. I don't have to wear a white collar when I go to work. Because I work in a creative industry, I'm never expected to be wearing that. I do need to go looking business smart, but I don't have to wear a white collar. So this is typically the kind of thing that I will wear if I'm going out to work and I'm meeting people. Or I put it with this actually, this knitted top, which I've tucked in slightly. I can be wearing a relatively scruffy outfit, but if I put on heels, it makes me stand and present myself in a completely different way to if I'm wearing flats. For the competition, if you would like to win this makeup palette, all you need to do, I've put together a blog post that has got way more information on this topic than I've spoken about here. Go and have a look at that blog post, and if you want to enter, leave a comment below that blog post with your tips on what you do if you're lacking in confidence. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that if this is something that you're lacking, that you've taken some ideas from here. I really want to thank Debenhams as well. This has been a really fun collaboration to work on with them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.